And first of all, the project we want to speak about is to speak about carbon mitigation, but also to use the carbon as an opportunity to rethink about solidarities. Because so far we think we need to, let's say, enlarge the vision of the negotiation, because it is not a question about mitigation, about only fun, but also it's a question of spirit. And people need to be, let's say, to change their behavior, but also their concerns. And we expect, thanks to carbon, to try to have an opportunity to rethink positively mitigation as an opportunity to create solidarity between citizens, enterprise, communities, and also, why not, states. So the objective of ET Carbon, it's a project we have designed, it's a worldwide, let's say, project. We have designed a special calculator to be in position to have, let's say, in an aggregate way, a kind of vision about the carbon footprint about each activities. It can be your travel, but it can be also your activities as a professional. It can be also your activities at home. And so why not as a tourism? So when you go somewhere, for example, you spend a night in a tourist, let's say, accommodation place, and this calculator allows you to know exactly the carbon footprint. So this is the first thing. So it is quite innovative. The second thing is that we want to not only work on mitigation, but as I was saying, we want to take this potentiality of creating additional fund, thanks to voluntary market or, let's say, compulsory ones, to use these funds to create three things. First, in the developed countries, to make the opportunity for these people to know their carbon footprint. Secondly, to work to reduce their emission footprint. Secondly, to also think about adaptation in their, let's say, all local, let's say, accommodation, city activities worldwide, and also to think to be involved in solidarity projects at home. Secondly, we want part of the money to do exactly the same projects, but in the south parts. It means we want people to be in position to make, let's say, to have a carbon footprint, to design projects to reduce the emission, but also to work at community level, at citizen level, at city levels, at enterprise levels, to create also this long-term perspective. And the additional innovation is to create bridge between the donor, whatever it can be, and also the recipients. So it means that these people can be in position to create a long-term perspective partnerships. Because we believe that people just don't need to be in position to pay when they are obliged or to pay for something when they have the fund. We think that people can create a kind of solidarity, like a twinning. We imagine communities can have twinning on carbon issue, but not only to mitigate, but also to make adaptation and to make also solidarity. We want to create this kind of bridge. And part of this story, this is the global vision of the NGO. We are working on the, let's say, systemic approach. It means we don't want to reinvent things. We just want to create, let's say, feeling, perspective. We want people to feel themselves concerned about sustainable development and climate change. The story it's a bad story. You know the negotiation process. We have been working since a while, and all the, let's say, the patterns are on red. But besides that, we think it can be also an opportunities, because worldwide we have many small issues, small activities which are really performed. And we just think that if we can duplicate them, if we can create bridge, we can make people feel concerned. And this is our vision. At the end, we need people not only to advocate, not only to be concerned once a year or twice or whatever they want, but to have in a long-term perspective, like a mother for a child, to be concerned, deeply inside, and to say, each time I can do something, the three questions I need to ask myself is, do I perform correctly? If not, do I know how to change my patterns? And if I say yes to the first two questions, I can go to the third one. I can change something, doing something slightly different, but at the end, not losing something, but creating additional value to, let's say, solidarity and performance. And this is really the perspective of the NGO.